can we talk about this John Mateer thing? I will never understand this with dudes. I just don't think that this is. Does college football have a gambling problem? Yes.
Clearly.
There's no question that, in my opinion, college football, basketball, college athletes are prop betting in sports. They play daily fantasy. Who doesn't? Daily fantasy is one of the best ways to enjoy sports. I love it. If I were a college football player, I would probably love it more. And we're going to play a bite from Michael Porter here in a minute that I think is going to light your hair on fire, because it's one of the most self-effacing, honest, and really stupid things you have ever heard. But let's talk about John Mateer. Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer decided while he was at Washington State that he would have a public Connor Stallions account.
I was going to say, hold on, wait.
Account.
We've been here before. When have you heard about public Venmo accounts, guys?
Here's John Mateer.
Oh.
Paying Richard Roten after the USC Washington State game on a publicly available Venmo account where he tagged it sports gambling UCLA versus USC. And then paid him twice and said sports gambling. Well, the reason he had to amend it to say UCLA USC is because they gambled likely on more than one game.
Oh, so you mean there was clarification needed?
We had to clarify, but then John Mateer, now at Oklahoma.
Please, we're ready. We're ready for the retraction.
Says, what? Me? No.
Now, where have I heard cheeseburger talk before? Because that's what this is.
My previous Venmo descriptions did not accurately portray John. Come on. Did not accurately portray the transactions in question, but were instead inside jokes between me and my friends. I have never bet on sports. I believe you're lying. I understand the seriousness of the matter, but recognize that, taken out of context, those Venmo descriptions suggest otherwise. Okay, wait, hold the flip on. First of all, I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw this right here, I thought for certain this was AI. I thought it was made up. I didn't think there was any chance this was real, because how stupid do you have to be? Like, they're stupid, and then there's John Mateer level stupid.
Right.
I thought there's no way this can be true. So I went to look in his Venmo account. Oh, his Venmo account's now private.
Oh.
So then I was like, wait a minute. That's not AI. That really. Question. And then, of course, he releases a statement where he says, me?
Well, Monty, I know that the label says sports gambling, but I would never do that with my guys. I would never play fantasy. I would never prop bet. I would never do more or less.
What? No.
Come on.
There's not a chance I'm on a public Venmo account. Who uses public Venmo accounts outside of the scumbags in Ann Arbor?
I mean, John, listen, dude, you could at least do us the favor of going full Alabama baseball head coach and having a bookie at Great American Ballpark to at least do your bidding for you. Like, you could at least put a level of, like, security in.
This has got to be one of the stupidest things that I have ever seen.
I mean, come on.
This is quite easily one of the stupidest things. John Mateer, here's where the rubber meets the road. Okay, because we need to know, should John Mateer be suspended? Well, of course he should, because he paid for a gambling debt. It appears paid for a gambling debt on a public Venmo account. You're not allowed to gamble. You're on the field. How do you not suspend Mateer at this point?
Mm-hmm.
In at least give us the in lieu of the investigation. You can't have college athletes betting on sports. It doesn't work on any level. And I appreciate he's a young kid and, oh, Monty, listen, Monty, he just made a mistake, Monty. It doesn't matter. We all make mistakes and we have to be held accountable for them.
But I must have done that 1,000 times, Monty.
Yeah, you can't tell me that John Mateer it should not be punished at all for this. There shouldn't be some kind of Ward Manual scale investigation that, of course, would end up with nothing because stupid people do stupid things and investigated by stupider people and the stupidest people. But come on, you clearly you decide. Did he bet on football? Did he bet on the SC at UCLA game? My opinion is he did, based on his publicly available Venmo account.
Is this not Kayshon Boutte 2.0?
Kayshon Boutte!
Kayshon! Is this not Kayshon Boutte 2.0? You know, when Buddy's account was like Kayshon Boutte 123 and he had all those bets?
You know it.
I mean,
I know
bro.
it.
Like, and it doesn't, you know what the thing is? I don't even look down or like have resentment towards John. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have been doing this. You're not allowed to do it.
For it.
It's illegal, but I don't hate you because we all love to do it. The difference is you're playing football. You're a college football player. You shouldn't be doing it. Like, it's not that difficult to understand.
And little buddy is going to learn a lesson. F around and find out. Right? I mean, this is an FAFO situation. If I've ever seen one, you need to learn how to use Venmo. And again, I just ask, how many guys are going to F around and find out with Venmo? How many
F around and find out?
How many dudes need to F around and find out? And I think you have to suspend it. Yeah, Boyd, there's a lot of people in Texas who aren't unhappy about this, right? I mean, that's what this comes down to. I don't know how you just give them a free pass. Kansas City Chiefs fan, Oak State James, who's also a Dallas Cowboy fan, and an SMU fan, and a TCU fan, and a Baylor fan. And I believe he's a Los Angeles Laker fan as well. I could be wrong. And we all know he likes East Carolina, ECU.
Not their street lights, though. That's different.
Greenville's very own.
Yeah.
Live from the rectory at ECU. The Sooners are that dumb, but suspend him one game for each game he bet on. Yeah,
then he's never playing football again, bud.
Yeah, because, Bailey Dietrich, hello. Any tattoos for John Mateer in Columbus? Sorry, low blow. John Mateer should go meet up with Emmanuel Clase.
Oh, dude. Hold on. That's two different things, brother. That's two different things, dude. Clase was throwing games, bro. Clase was allegedly, hey, first pitch, ball or strike, I'm going to throw a 51-footer to ensure that you win this, right? I mean, that's what he was doing. This is just boys being boys betting on different games, and you're technically not allowed to do that because you're a college football player. So...
Well, but he's not wrong, and I think this is a good segue to this right here. You got, honest to God, if you have not seen this video, put your hands at 10 and 2 because this is gnarly. And so Jonte Porter, former NBA player, banned for the eternity of the earth. As long as there's an earth, he won't play in the NBA. His brother is NBA champion Michael Porter Jr., late of the Denver Nuggets. And you listen to Michael Porter Jr. just casually and openly on a podcast talking about prop betting.
But think about if you could get all your homies rich by telling them, yo,
no shit,
bet $10,000 on my under, this one game I'm gonna act like I got an injury and I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna come out after 3 minutes. And they all get a little bag because you did it one game. Like, that is so not okay. But some people probably think like that. They come from nothing, and 100%. All their homies have nothing.
100%.
And they're like, bro, if I come out of this game after 3 minutes and y'all all hit on my under, we're all getting a little bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I obviously my brother went through his situation. Malik Beasley's going through a situation right now. Terry Rozier was in some hot water.
Dude,
Just make a list, MPJ. Can you believe he said that? Do you understand? Like all of this correlates to each other. Whether it is Michael Porter Jr. and Jonte Porter, how are you openly talking about, in my opinion, how your brother did things? Because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like MPJ is talking about how his brother did that, and it sounds like, call me crazy, MPJ got a little sniff of that action. Is what it feels like. It feels like Jonte probably broke off a piece, and it sounds like one big pot. It sounds like everybody put their funds together. I don't know, Rico put their funds together, and in my opinion, that's what it sounds like. It's crazy that you're Michael Porter Jr., an NBA superstar, without a doubt. You're a world champion. You can dunk, you can shoot, you can defend. Like, you're on one of the best teams. While your brother gets pinched for gambling, and then you bring up Malik Beasley, also in hot water, can't pay his rent, accused of gambling. You bring up Terry Rozier, accused of gambling. This is crazy to me. This is an epidemic. And it's not anymore that we're just talking about this stuff behind the scenes and in hiding. We're going on podcasts and openly talking about our brothers and how possibly, who are you, O.J. Simpson? Well, let me write a book if I actually did it.
But think about if you could get all your homies rich by telling them, yo,
no shit,
bet $10,000 on my under. You know, this one game I'm gonna act like I got an injury, and I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna come out after 3 minutes, and they all get a little bag because you did it one game. Like,
tell me that's not what happened right there. You just admitted to the murder. You killed Ron and Nicole. Right? Like you did it.
Otherwise known as the line.
You did it. And I am amazed that guys like John Mateer, because I can only tell you in my career around college teams that I have covered, I sat in on the point shaving education at several football programs. I have talked to athletes about the pressures that they get from our boys back home. I have talked to major star college football players a decade ago who were getting pressure from the guys at home because they needed to make money. And hey, if you just I had a legitimate quarterback in college who was a starting quarterback in college tell me directly, dude, I get pressure back from the homies to make sure I don't throw 3 touchdowns in a game. Like, this is not new. This is not new. And they did it, and nobody thought anything of it. Well, because we didn't have all of the prop bets. We didn't have Prize Picks. We didn't have Underdog. We didn't have FanDuel.
Yeah, and what you're really saying is you didn't have access to it on your phone wherever you were. You didn't. The ease of it was not there.
And I'm telling you, this has been going on for decades. Only now we don't have to hide in the shadows and talk about how prop betting's happening. We go on podcasts and do it instead.
Yeah.
And I think it is wild to me that the NBA would allow Michael Porter Jr. to bounce another basketball on their floors.
Oh, you know what I'm going to say? I mean, this goes back to the commissioner, and whether he should be fired or not. I mean, I think that he, this has the lottery written all over it. This has guys like MPJ written all over it. Obviously, like this is alive and well in several aspects of, in this case, the NBA, but I'm sure every other sport too, like where guys are doing what they're doing. And I don't know. I really don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes, man. Cause my fear is that it's incredibly deep and it's so well hidden, and that leagues know way more about it than they're ever going to admit. And it's probably something they're managing on a day-to-day basis, honestly, because you can't, like, the nature of the beast is that there's so much money to go around that these kids, they may not even, it's like what you were just saying. Hey, like, my homies are pressuring me not to do X, Y, and Z. Like, that's no fault of the athlete. Like, and that's just,
I can also tell you, I talked to a defensive player, a really phenomenal defensive player like he had straight up admitted to me, I didn't tackle a guy I went to high school with because he needed, I think it was 7 more yards to get paid from a bookie. Like, this is not new. And John Mateer should be suspended. Whoa, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Believe and be saved today. This ought to be a beaut. The Venmo date of the USC UCLA game was the day after. No, I actually went and looked it up today. It was November 19th. And the game was played on November 19th, 2022. And the date of the Venmo, let me pull it back up for you. Hello, my computer's frozen. November 20th, 2022. I looked at a box score today, and I'm happy to find it for you. USC 2022 schedule. Like, see, here's my question. And I understand that you believe and you're saved. Do you not have Google? Do you not have Google? Because if you had Google, you would have did what I just did, which is you would have Googled 2022, in this case, 2022 USC football schedule. But instead, because you believe and you're saved, you didn't do that. And so, of course, when it says Saturday, November 19th, 48-45, where Caleb Williams went absolutely berserk, the quarterback of the Chicago Bears, it's right here in front of you. And now you, of course, probably won't apologize and say you had no idea what you were talking about.
But the thing is, even like, take the date thing out of it. You're presuming that the Venmo is him placing the bet. The Venmo is him paying the bookie off. Yeah.
He's paying the bet, which I think is a really good point. This isn't him betting.
Yeah.
This is him paying. He lost.
So the dates are, the Venmo is the 20th. The game was the 19th. He's not placing the bet. He's paying the bet. That's the thing. He's paying the bet. And he's saying sports gambling. Like, this is not hard to understand, bro.
Lessons here. Here we go. A new segment on the show.
Stay hard.
Lessons from Uncle Monty. Before you say stupid things in front of 64,000 people, maybe just go ahead and Google search things. And maybe learn how to use Google. You could just ask the Alexa or Siri. I know, crazy. Bigger scandal is TCU QB1 being, I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Stadium guy James, believe and be saved, must be a Sooner fan. Well, at least he's not in the back door of the rectory every day. Rock and Rant, if he's that stupid to post sports gambling on Venmo, how can I trust he can see if it's man versus zone? Wait. Speaking of my guy, Rock and Rant, and I want you guys know that I am only here to service you.
Stay hard.
Whoa.
That came out wrong.
Whoa.
I am only here to pander and beg for people to listen to the show. That's not true. Do you guys remember the 2001 Miami Hurricanes in Utah? It's not Hurricane Utah, it's Hurricane Utah. And in 2001, the Miami Hurricanes were very good.
There is no comparison in my mind. The 2000-2001 Miami team that beat Nebraska, that's the best college football team of all time. Sean Taylor and Antrell Roll and Kellen Winslow were running down on kickoff.
Yeah,
because they couldn't, because they weren't good enough. Yeah. Willis McGahee was moved to backup fullback because he was third string tailback behind Frank Gore and Clinton Portis.
Yeah. It's insane. Andre Johnson?
Andre Johnson, Jeremy Shockey, Bryant McKinney, Dorsey. Vilma, DJ Williams, Vince Wilfork. I mean, you could go on.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Bruh. Like,
that's incredible. All the NFL dudes on that team. You tell me now one of them was prop betting. Anyway,
Come
the point is,
on, come
how good
on.
Rock and Rant, dude. I mean,
Stay hard.
you hear about 2000, 2001, Frank Gore. You hear about remember Jeremy Shockey as a college tight end? Oh my God.
Instant forearm strengthening.
Oh my, and who remembers Kellen Winslow Jr. as he was, oh my God. Can you guys imagine that team? That team was, Marty doesn't know what a furry is. I have no idea.
Okay, here. Okay.
No, please don't, because I don't want to. If Wasikowski brought it up, it's probably, it's again, I guess I'm going to say it 2 days in a row. That's very asshole brother of you. Like that, that's the vibe I get. Right? It's a long story. King of Thailand, tight end, said he was a soldier. Like that team is crazy. Crazy how good that 2001 Miami team was. Oh my God. Can we not talk about Kellen Winslow? He had a motorcycle accident. What is the problem? Yeah, that was the least of his issues. But that 2001 team was amazing. All right, in the comments section, let's get into the John Mateer thing real quick. Do you think John Mateer should be suspended?
How is he not?
How is he not? How is he not? I think you have to take him off the field. This would be a tragedy for Oklahoma through no fault of their own. I think John Mateer's compromised. And I think if you care about integrity, well, the scumbags in Ann Arbor, if you care about integrity of football, that's right. Epstein, you.
I do. I will say
in the SEC. So the SEC will probably do something about it.
I do think there's a difference in terms of punishment level and severity when it comes to this stuff. You know, John, so far we know. I mean, maybe more evidence comes out. Who the hell knows what's uncovered? But, you know, betting on other games that you weren't involved in, to me, is different than being the reason that someone wins or loses.
No
based on your
way.
play.
I totally disagree. I think what people don't understand, and this is just my opinion, my opinion is that I think when you look at gambling and you look at the way that these games are played and the razor thin margins on a lot of Saturdays, what if he bets on a game he's not involved in and loses and can't pay that bet? Because that happens all the time, right? Like, oh, double or nothing, Monty, right? Like my buddy Chad owes me 7,000 Carney's hot dogs in LA because USC sucks, right? Like, can you imagine, and in this case, a college quarterback betting on his friend's game, but he can't afford to pay it? Well, hey, you know what? Next week, I'm going to need you to throw at least 2 touchdowns, but not more than 3. Are you telling me that idea is so outlandish? That's why you can't have a guy like John Mateer on the field. You know he's compromised. He in my opinion, he is in those Venmo posts. How can we spin this to think that John Mateer didn't bet on college football? How can we spin this to say, oh, John Mateer is not compromised, everything's fine, you don't need to worry about John Mateer? Because I don't think you can do that based on what he said on his now private, then public Venmo account. Right? I mean, do you agree, Jake, that, I mean, the bridge from hey, I'm just having a little fun, to, oh my God, I'm compromised.
Well, and I think that's what the investigation's for. I agree, it's not that far of a bridge at all. I mean, that obviously that's taking place, but it really comes down to obviously it's a case by case basis. I mean, if they can prove that he he was in debt, it harkens back to the Ohtani situation, right? Where you're the way you're paying bookies and how that all is going down, and it gets convoluted quick. Like, guys get in trouble quickly, and I understand. I agree that it's not far-fetched at all. It's very reasonable to believe that, hey, well, you lost a bet here, so you're going to give us some action next week against whoever to make it even. Like, that's how the world works. But But I think that when you're talking about disciplining a guy, when you're talking about essentially taking wins from the Sooners, I think it's a case by case thing. If they can't prove that he was ever in that situation, he should not be disciplined the same as if they can. And
Ooh.
and in my opinion, I think that the Emmanuel Clases, the Malik Beasleys, like those guys who are very clearly doing something out of the ordinary, and it looks bad and it smells bad, and it I just think there are levels to the severity, right?
All I know is this is a guy who's had 1 year as a college quarterback. And admittedly, he did not play any role in 2022. Admittedly, he did not play any role in 2023. And his 1 year in 2024, 3,139 yards, 29 scores, and 7 picks.
Yeah.
Rated 164 on 347 attempts. Like, if he, it's irrelevant to me if he was involved in moving prop bets. The rules in the NCAA are very clear. You cannot gamble on sports, period. Done.
Well, and that's what matters. That's what
Right?
matters. Yeah.
I think he should be suspended. I mean, it's very difficult.
I mean, what would you give him? I mean, I would say what, a month? Probably 4 weeks.
No, I think you got to take him off the field for the season. You're not going to suspend the guy a couple of weeks. If you discipline him for gambling, he's done. He's done. He can never. My opinion is, and I asked a college football coach this today, and this is why I'm answering this way, frankly. If you discipline him for gambling, he is stripped of all eligibility, current and future.
Okay.
If you were to discipline him for gambling. Did he gamble? I don't know. We'll never know that. My opinion, based on those Venmos, it's awfully difficult. Mike Smith, remember when Porky tried to get the boys from Angel Beach to throw a basketball game? I do. Joey B. Convoluted word of the day from Jake. 51-minute mark of the show. Okay. John Hamm, there has to be zero tolerance. No player is bigger than the game.
And I don't
Totally
disagree
agree.
with that. I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
John Hamm, John goes ham for $5. If he lost those other games, then who knows what he would do to pay them back, like taking a dive in his game. Right. And again, that's why I think I was looking at his stats earlier when this story broke. And it's like, well, in 2022 and 2023, he didn't even have a chance.
Yeah.
He just didn't play enough. 2024 certainly did, but he put up nice numbers.
But that's why I think this statement he's put out about how it was a joke or whatever, like it was all in good fun. Like, I can't tell if that's like you just trying to write it off, or if it really doesn't mean that much to you and there's nothing here. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I would be in that same place. Like, those Venmo descriptions suggest otherwise. I can assure my teammates, coaches, and officials at the NCAA have not engaged in any sports gambling. Johnny, I hope that's true. I'd like to believe that's true. Your Venmo account doesn't say that. And I think listen, I know the evidence says I robbed that bank, but I want you guys to understand.
Don't worry about that mill sitting under my mattress. You got to look at that.
Chewy Gonzalez. Shohei is hitting again. Congratulations. John Mateer or Pete Rose? Well,
again, there's levels to it. This guy it's not proven that this guy's done anything yet.
Okay. That is true. It's not like, we banned him from the game for life and he still wouldn't admit it. And then when he was about to die and wanted to get back in, he admitted it and then denied he only admitted.
All I'm saying is we're all sitting here crucifying John Mateer, comparing him to Pete Rose.
Pete.
Let's let all the facts come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very interesting. I think that is very interesting that you have a guy that, and I guess it just depends on which way you go with it, I guess. I just think that you're in a situation now where you cannot, I just don't think that you can have this kind of risk. That's me. I don't think you can risk it. I think you got to take him off the field. That's just my opinion. But what do I know, right? King of Thailand, the level of stupidity is so rare, no other explanation. He is guilty. It feels like that. 'Cause
Maybe
you
so.
can't possibly be accidentally this stupid. I got one question. Since when the F did we become so stupid? Why would you use a Venmo? There are more private ways to do money
But see, this is my point. This is my point. So if you
Cash
take this
App.
point, Annie, I agree with this sentiment. You take this sentiment and then you combine it with what he said. I'm not convinced that we should just be like, hey, this dude spent years gambling. Like, there does seem to be this sort of prevailing sentiment that how could you be so dumb? How could you be this foolish? You know? And so we don't have the context of what he means by it. What did he say? It was all jokes and stuff. Like, we don't.
Yeah.
Like, does he have text messages to back that up? Does he have a solid story? Like, what does he have? And that's where we didn't get a lawyer's statement. We didn't get a Pac-12 legal team level statement from John Mateer defending himself. So I don't know. There's part of this where I'm like, well, it doesn't seem like he's taking this that seriously. It doesn't seem like he's in full panic mode. Oh God, my career's melting down. I lost the NFL now. Like, what, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not so convinced that he did all this the way it looks, but it definitely looks bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Big Daddy Magic. Pete Rose was nice to me. I say let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame because he was nice to you. We're not this isn't about who's nice and who's not. OJ Simpson was nice to a lot of people. He still whacked dudes, in my opinion. You know. What is going on? Give it a rest with your copy and paste Mike ass. I don't know what happened. I blocked Mike ass, Milky ass. Okay.
Do we have
he got filtered.
happening?
He got filtered. So whatever he said, I don't know. I don't know what that is, but hey, you do you, Mikey. I don't know. I can't even tell you what the right way to say it is. Lopes fan Gabe. Can't wait for Mateer's interpreter to step up and take him off.
Well played.
All right, here's Ipe with a press conference. Look, I want to apologize for John Mateer. I hacked his publicly available. Like,
come on.
So good. So, and did you guys, real quick, see that Shohei and his agent are being sued in a real estate deal now? Does this guy ever do anything without doing something?
No.
It's nefarious. Listen,
he had no idea. He can't speak English, so he had no idea what was going on. He was not involved.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's crazy. It's funny you bring that up, Lopes fan, Gabe. I think it's crazy that, you know. How are some guys like Shohei so talented? And I asked this, like, there was this story today. You guys know Anthony Edwards, the basketball player. Anthony Edwards paid a gal $1 million. I think it was $1,018, Jake, or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
For 18 years worth of child support. And he's got like a gaggle more kids. And I just asked myself, how are you? Because like banging chicks all over the country and making babies when you've just become a millionaire, really stupid. Ask Tyreek Hill. Being a guy like OJ, being a guy like John Mateer, Jonte Porter, Pete Rose, all these dudes that have these great lives, and Plaxico brings a gun to the strip club in his waistband and shoots himself in the D. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I don't understand how guys put themselves in this situation and you're this stupid. I'll never understand. Like Kobe. I loved every day that I got to cover Kobe Bryant. The disappointment I felt in that Eagle, Colorado situation, I cannot, and I still to this day don't know if he did or didn't, but how stupid are you for putting yourself in that situation? How stupid are you, Shannon Sharp? How stupid are you, Trevor Bauer, enjoy getting shelled
Yes.
in Japan, because how stupid are you that you're banging a Padres fan? Jake at BYU. Jake Retzloff. How stupid are you for banging a Utah fan? Like, how stupid are you guys? Sean Kemp. How stupid are you? It's amazing to me that we continue to be in this situation where you just cannot find a way to be smarter than that.
Yeah, I mean they're not thinking before they participate in those activities, if you will. And
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I mean it is the plague, you know. I think
I guess.
you know, Michael Porter Jr. in that from that podcast we played you guys, that clip. There's another clip in there going around social media where he talks about that Jonte's vice was gambling and his vice is women. And, you know, and I think that's real for a lot of dudes. And the funny thing about the Anthony Edwards thing is he pays this woman the $1 million and change up front for 18 years of child support. And the woman goes, hey, well, what happens if it runs out? I've already spent $100,000 of it. What happens if it doesn't make it the whole 18 years? So it's not like these people you're choosing to, you know, have negotiations with are the smartest either. That's the incredible part about it.
Yeah, I just don't know how you reconcile it. And I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes in my life. I've made bad business decisions. But bro, you would not find me spreading my seed across the universe if I was a millionaire athlete. You would not. I mean, listen, who are the other prolific, Freudian slip there.
Stay hard.
Who are the other prolific seed spreader? And Elon Musk, great example. Elon Musk. If you're the richest guy in the world and you want to be a plentiful reproducer, hey, dude, you do you, right? But if you're Jonte Porter, you can't afford to get kicked out of the NBA. You're not making money, right? If you are Tyreek Hill, if you are whoever these guys are,
Antonio Cromartie,
Antonio Cromartie, who can't keep his kids' names straight, like what are you doing? Like, I just want to understand, why is Shohei Ohtani getting caught up in a real estate deal on Oahu where he's being now sued for millions of dollars for a business deal gone wrong? Not even on the real estate, on the representation of the deal. It is wild to me. And so I go back and I look at this John Mateer thing, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Not even that, Mike Smith. Are we so, like, do we not understand? I had a guy I played baseball with back in the day who was just absolutely racking them and knocking them down like every night. And he had a hard, fast rule. Yes, I'm going to use a Jimmy, and I'm going to take it off myself and tie it in a knot, and I'm never going to talk to you again. He was like infamous for it.
damn.
That's not going to save you. And the only thing that's going to save you is a trip to the surgeon to get that thing clipped. That's it, right? Like, it's just amazing to me that Anthony Edwards, he's probably got $500 million in salary coming to him. Minimum, I would think.
Yeah.
And that's not even Adidas money or other endorsement money. I just mean NBA salary money. And he's going to be writing checks to how many women? A lot. Tyreek Hill. Like, I'm amazed by it. I'm amazed by it. The stupidity of these athletes, you guys, and I'm not trying to get on a high horse, but the stupidity of these athletes giving away their generational wealth, I'll never understand it. Malik Beasley's made tens of millions of dollars, and he cannot afford to pay his rent, and he's being evicted and sued. And now he's in a prop betting scandal. How?
Because he got in a prop betting scandal.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm amazed by it, and I want to understand it. Actually, I really don't want to understand it.
Well, and I also think the
But
gambling thing has definitely been exacerbated by NIL. I mean, these kids have more money now. Money is more plentiful in the system. So there's more opportunities. So like, and again, I'm not saying this is unique to Mateer, but like, it's incredible if you think about the biggest quarterbacks of late, or of note or whatever. Like recently, I mean, imagine how much money they're getting paid. I mean, dude, if it ever came out that like an Arch Manning was involved in something, like I mean, that would just be devastating, absolutely devastating.
yeah, it's amazing. Wasikowski happened faster than Michigan's punishment. I don't think there's anything slower than Michigan's punishment. Magnum Monty at it again. That's right.
Yeah,
Magnums.
knocking them down.
Do you guys remember we all used to? Should I tell this story? So in high school, I went to a not affluent high school at the end, my last 2 years of high school. And there was this guy who drove a Mustang and he parked in the same spot every day. And he was like the cool kid on campus. And then one day the rumors started coming out that and I remember her name, Jenny Siegel. Oh, man.
That's always Jenny, dude.
Oh, man. I remember Jenny Siegel. Sorry, Jenny. I just said your full name. I remember Jenny Siegel and him. And there were rumors that they broke up because he got this other girl. This other, should I say her name? Carmen. That he got Carmen, who was, I mean, fine. Like, she was not fine. She was, wow. And I will never forget the entire football and basketball team, because we used to overlap in the locker room. We all put in $5 to fill his car up. And I can't remember what the name of the condom was back in the day. But, like Magnum, or I can't remember what it was. So he used to leave his Mustang convertible down. We filled his car up with those condoms. And it was, I will also never forget being in practice. And it was hot and humid out. And I didn't play football, I played basketball. So we were all waiting for him to go out to his car after football practice. My coach allowed us to stop basketball off-season workouts to open the back door of the auto shop to watch this guy go out to his Mustang. And I will never forget, he had our colors were blue and gold. And he had a big panther on the side of his duffel bag. And I remember him walking out there, and he had on those big Brian Bosworth Oakleys.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the mohawk, and he slammed that bag down when he saw his car. It was amazing. And then everybody went running out there. We laughed, and it was, but it was fun. That was the 90s. Jenny Siegel accounted for 14 of my 21 day months. Yeah. Carmen was. Monty's high school story is hilarious. This is why we stay tuned in. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's actually not. One of my son's baseball coaches last season was a high school kid who told us gambling was absolutely rampant across his entire school. I think it's a huge problem. Chewy Gonzalez, Jenny Siegel must have a deep gullet, if you know what I mean, dude.
Chill.
Bro. The child eyebrow waxing industry is about to go through the roof. Buy stock now.
Okay, Jenny.
Yes, loaner phone. Gilbert Arenas pulled out a gun over a card game in an NBA locker room.
He just got arrested.
Again. For what? For doing what? So let me get this right, Gil. You got into an argument over a card game on an NBA plane that made you pull out a selection of handguns in the locker room that got you suspended and banned.
Including a gold-plated Desert Eagle, I might add.
Over a gambling incident on an airplane. if memory serves. And weren't you just arrested for running a gambling operation at $1 million mansion?
What?
Some guys never learn,
What?
dude. Some guys never learn. It is amazing to me. It is amazing to me. Anyway, all right. Hour number 2 of the Monty Show, as always, presented by our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy partner of the Monty Show. Use promo code Monty when you open up a new Prize Picks account. You deposit $50. They will give you or you deposit $5. They'll give you $50 more in free plays. And trust me when I say you can play all football season long. Can we get RJC? Can we get to Prize Picks? I love it. I'm sure you do. I actually do love Prize Picks. I sigh in hesitation because those scumbags in Milwaukee have once again found a way to win 10 straight games. And it is a little concerning to me. It is a little concerning to me that the Cubs may well never, ever win another game. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to lose on Prize Picks taking the Cubs.
Of course, you got to be loyal, you know.
Me and Jonte have talked about this a million. No, we haven't. The Cubs, unfortunately, will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays, who are a very, very good baseball team. The Cubs right now are not. Here's what I like in the Cubs, and I was looking at this. Javier Assad is going to get the start. I'm going to go more than 3 strikeouts. This is a huge mistake. He's coming off of a rehab in Iowa where he was really, really good. He was really, really good. So I'm going to take him. And then Ian Happ. It is Ian Happ's birthday today. Birthday. And there is not a prop I like on his birthday. I got to be honest with you. This is one of the most difficult ones to pick. Nico Horner, I think, might be the guy tonight. Hits, runs, and RBIs. I think I'm going to go more on Neek. And then, Jake, do you have a baseball one tonight?
Yeah, I've got Josh Naylor, more than 3.5 hits, runs, and RBIs.
I'm sorry, Josh did what?
Yeah, Josh Naylor, on a demon, more than 3.5 hits, runs, and RBIs.
Yeah.
Good old Carlos recently traded Correa for more than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs.
Red hot
against Boston. I think he's going to have a big night tonight.
What about Cal Raleigh? Seattle at Baltimore.
I was looking at that one too.
Hits, runs, and RBIs. His hit, runs, and RBIs are only 2.5.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
like
been
that one
averaging
a lot.
3.8. So I think I'm going to go fat ass more than 2.5. You guys know they call Cal Raleigh dumper.
Yeah, the big dumper
because of that booty.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that. All right. So what's your third one, Jake?
Like one is the great gambler for 1 home run tonight on a demon.
Who also, you can't go wrong with that, Jake. I think that's brilliant because he has anybody been hotter in the last 35 minutes than Shohei Ohtani?
And I have to say the upside with these two demons, 20 to win 200 on a flex play. So
yeah, I don't have a demon and I'm not going to take one. I'm going to go 20 to win 110. Flex playing. Here's what I'm flex playing. I've got Nico Horner, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs more. Javier Assad starting for the Cubs, 3 pitcher strikeouts more, and fat ass Cal Raleigh.
Fat ass.
2.5 hits, runs, RBIs more. 20 to win, 110. Prize Picks. Download the app. You guys, I cannot tell you enough how much I love Prize Picks during football season. I think it is the only time that Jake makes intelligent decisions, which should tell you something. I'm telling you, football season's amazing on Prize Picks. And
I also did, not to cut you off, did one secondary one, an easy gimme one to make $10.
Jake,
you've got all Goblins, Major League Baseball, Jackson Holiday for a hit runner RBI, Bryce Harper for a hit runner RBI.
See, you're going too far. You're going too far now. You are going too far. I'm telling you, You're going too far. And I want you to do poorly, admittedly.
I know you do. I know. And I appreciate that. I
But
appreciate the sentiment.
How are you passing on Taco Tuesday with Sabrina? I'll go one more. Sabrina, 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Dude, you're going dub.
I'll go dub. I'll go more.
You're not taking Sophie Cunningham for more than 11.5 points?
Dude, I'm taking
Anita Dickinman.
Dude, Sophie Cunningham. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hi, Soph. Good to see you. Come on in. I'm a huge fan. 11.5. Let's do it. Let's go Demons. Let's go Demons. Let's make up for it with a WNBA win. Give me the dub. Paige Beckers, 1.5 3-pointers.
You got to take that all day.
That's a
all
demon.
Day.
She's hit.
Yeah.
She's stay home. Hello. She's hit. Okay, so here's what I got on the dub. W. I feel stupid even saying that out loud. Of course, it's a flex play because on Prize Picks, when the easiest way to win, 3-pick flex play. That means only 2 of the 3 have to hit. $5 flex plays pay all day. Sabrina Ionescu, 25.5 on a Taco Tuesday reduction. I took more. Paige Beckers, 2. She needs to make 2 3-pointers. Yes. Sophie Cunningham for 11.5 points. I took more. 20 to win 220.
Boom. Out of here.
Pimps. That's what I'm saying. All right. Good luck. If I can't pay the electric bill tomorrow, I'll call John Mateer.
Yeah, he can Venmo you.
All right, let's switch gears, talk a little NFL. Because, well, Joey, WNBA lines, Monty all over it, neon yellow BMW and WNBA perfect together.